D3 or Delighted.
Hello.
I don't know what you normally prefer, like professionally. Like if you get a huge raid, how do you introduce yourself?
I usually say, hello, my name is Delighted or Chris. I usually speedrun Zelda games slash multiple games, and I focus on you know, entertainment, acknowledgement of the game and how you know, you do things in the game. I have special things incorporated into my stream that are let you see what I'm seeing, like my eye tracker. So in case you ever want to learn a trick, you can learn it by using my visual cues, or you can just ask questions in the chat. So stuff like that.
Okay, cool. So Chris, welcome to Speed Dates. This is going to be the second episode of Speed Dates.
I'm glad to be here. Very glad.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to introduce our food. I want to know what we're eating tonight. We're here, on
All
a
right, yeah,
date.
yeah.
I want to
True,
see
true,
what you
true.
got. I went and got
All right.
myself some panda.
I ordered myself some McDonald's chicken nuggets. I got 20 piece right here,
20-piece
and
value menu
yeah, and then I got some water. Some classic water,
from
speedrunner water.
McDonald's.
Yeah, from McDonald's. Yeah,
McDonald's tap water.
and a large order of fries that I already ate because I was too hungry.
That's expected. I was running a little late for this one.
Yeah.
D3, Chris, Delighted. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I want to get to know you. How long have you been speedrunning?
That's actually honestly a really good question because I've been mostly on and off about speedrunning. Like around, I think it was like my senior year of high school, I just speed ran like Wind Waker HD a little bit, and that was like around the time barrier skip was found, and I used to do the all dungeons route with barrier skip. And after that point, I played a little bit, but then after many of the Super Sim came around, I kind of stopped running Wind Waker, and then I started to like trying to find a speed game that I enjoyed a lot. So I tried Luigi's Mansion actually, and that worked out for a little bit. But then I realized that run's like pretty short, and I reset pretty often in that route. And so then I was like stuck between a speed game and whatnot. And I remember specifically, I went into Demon's chat and he was playing TPHD, or Twilight Princess on the GameCube, and I asked him, how is this route compared to the HD version of this game? And he was like, "Oh, HD is like wicked easy," he said. And I was like, "All right, sure, I'll pick it up. Thanks for answering my question." And that's where it all came through.
I like how
I
he just
started.
goes, "Oh, that shit's easy."
Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of an easy transition to go into because I already had the game. First of all, I mean, fun fact enough. Well, I had the disc version, but apparently the digital version of the game is faster by a couple minutes. And when I found that out, my times became better and all that kind of stuff like that. And then ended up becoming top 5 in 80%, and then running 100% in Twilight Princess HD. Swiftly becoming second in that category, and currently I was running Twilight Princess on the GameCube. Have like a 309 something around there, so sub 310. And then I decided to take a small break because I've been playing the game for about 2 years and I wanted something else. So I'm starting to run Mario Sunshine and other games that I want to still speedrun as of lately. Yeah, so like I started in high school up to this point, basically.
How long is that?
Sorry, my bad. I'd say it's about. Let me see. I'd say at least like 4 or 5 years, maybe.
Okay. Because I
Total.
like, you said, oh, back when barrier skip was found, and I'm like, barrier skip. I'm trying because I know there was barrier skip for HD that was found a while back, and then
Yes.
there was the SD barrier skip, and then there was the new SD barrier skip. It was a whole mess of barriers being removed from the speedrun.
Yeah, it was around when HD got its barrier skip. When we were
Okay,
HD.
so about 4 or 5 years. Cool.
Yep.
Is it like 2015? Dang. So you mentioned that you swapped to TP and like that you did that because you were watching Demon and you asked him. But what got you into speedrunning in the first place? Like, what did you see that was just like, yo, speedrunning's
I
kind of sick?
I'm a really competitive person when it comes to just gaming in general. Like I play Smash Brothers Melee in pretty much every single Smash game. So I always had that drive to be competitive. So whenever I saw speedrunning, specifically, I would see Narcissa Wright. She used to run a lot of Wind Waker and whatnot, and I'd always be so interested in like running the game in general. or just speedrunning. And then I remember like around the time I started watching Narcissa, Demon and Narcissa had that little rivalry between Wind Waker. So that really, I was like, oh wow, this is really hype. That two famous speedrunners going at it. It seems really competitive, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it.
I think you're the first person I've ever talked to that got into speedrunning to try and be more competitive rather than like trying to get into speedrunning to be less competitive. Because I got into speedrunning from like Smash
Mm-hmm.
and was like, man, I hate when this guy that I dislike is better than me. I hate when he beats me. I don't want to deal
Mm-hmm.
with this anymore. I just want to get beat by myself.
Yeah.
Because I thought, like, I've always gone into speedrunning being like, man, it's so nice that when I lose to this game and not to some person who's then gonna go on Twitter and shit talk me and get dunked on scrub and he Mario taunts me. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question is, you already went on talking about how you're running other games now. You wanted to
Yes.
run Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion.
Correct.
But I would still say that you're known for TPHD.
Most definitely.
If
Yeah.
you could go back and be known for running a different game, just like say you were a X speedrunner, what game would you have chose right now, like to have be your main game at the start?
Probably Wind Waker, honestly. Like, I think I really enjoyed learning about storage and Wind Waker SD and just like item sliding in HD. And I always loved to just use item sliding or storage to just surpass things. And it always seemed so interesting how you can like store a chest and then walk up these walls that suddenly you can walk up because when you open a chest, your collision gets smaller when chest storage. So walking up walls was just like, that's so cool, dude. You just like literally walk up a freaking wall. Like, dang, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of really weird tricks, especially in like Zelda speedruns. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happens these days between walking up walls or, super swimming. I think the SD version now does unbuffered manual super swim, which is just
Yeah, it's
mind
insane.
blowing. Um, what do you think you would be doing right now with your life if you weren't dedicated to streaming and speedrunning and all that?
I honestly don't know. Like, to be frankly honest, I'm kind of happy I went down this path because um again, like I said, I'm a very competitive person, want to compete in a bunch of things, but it's I enjoy video games so much. It's a part of my lifestyle that I like so much that I can't possibly just put it away off like into the ocean or put it away. I mean, like I could have went to college, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to continue down that road because it didn't seem right for me. So honestly, I couldn't think of any other path I would have went down.
Okay. So I guess you're glad this was working out for you then, huh?
Yeah, I'm very glad.
So we're gonna move on to the personal questions. This is the ones that we polled your community for.
Gotcha.
Um, so question number one is what is your daily life like when you're not on stream? What is a day in the life of day in the life of Chris?
Um, Day in the life of me is kind of just like a regular person. I get up, eat, have breakfast, and then usually if I'm on my computer, I'm usually either watching streams, talking to people, watching YouTube, doing that kind of stuff. Nothing really too special. And then when it's time for stream, I always shower daily, brush my hair, get nicely dressed, and yeah, we start the stream, and that's pretty much it. Pretty
Shower
normal.
daily. Smash? I thought you
Yeah.
were a Smash player. What's going on here? You're breaking the code.
Oh man. Yeah, there's like nothing really else I would do. Like if something comes up, like if I'm going over like a family's house for like a cookout or something like that, it's normal stuff.
All right.
I don't usually go out too much.
So the next question was, do you ever get bored doing long runs? Because you've done this run so many times, right? And it's HD was 7 hours long, something like that, for 100%. Does it ever bore you that you know that there's this long thing that you have, like every time you sit down, it's like, all right, I'm an hour in, only 6 to go. Or do you
Um,
like? What are your thoughts on longer speedruns?
Longer speedruns I feel like are good because they help you with consistency, like throughout other like just in general. So like say for instance I'm doing a 3 hour run, I can still make up time for my mistakes. But if I'm in a 7 hour speed run, that means I can, play consistent. I mean, I can play consistent throughout certain parts of the run, and then maybe like if I'm comfortable or if I'm happy with my 7 hour run, I can kind of transition that skill over to like a shorter run, and then try and get more consistent at late game. So say for instance, I'm behind in the early game and I need to make up some time save. I can just I just gotta tap into that consistency, and then yeah, there you go. But overall, I think long speed runs are pretty cool. It does suck if like you just can't PB because that's how I felt with HD 100% at a certain point. I was like, I'm always resetting runs because X, Y, and B, this is happening, getting bad RNG, yada yada yada. So it's just like it's either I wasn't consistent enough, getting bad RNG, or just a bunch of stuff like that. And it kind of made me upset because I really enjoy Twilight Princess HD 100%, but the fact that like if I mess up like 3 or 4 things and that cost me like over 3 minutes, like I'm basically almost losing the run. It's kind of sad because that whole run is my whole entire stream. Other than that, I can't, I could do a no reset, try and get for golds, but I just like it's my whole stream. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. I'm surprised that 3 or 4 minutes loses you the entire run. Like your sum of best in a 7 hour run. There's only like four. How close is your sum of best to your PB? Like total.
My sum of best, I believe, is about. Let me think right now. I have like 20 something minutes, maybe. I would say like 15 minutes off my PB, but like the problem is that like comes in chunks. Like one part of the run I lose like 2 minutes, on the part I can lose three, and then others I can lose like four the whole run. So it's just about playing consistent in longer runs. Like if you have the mental capacity, you have just like your focus for 7 hours, you can. I'm pretty sure you could easily, get around. But playing consistently for 7 hours is the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah. So the next question is from MDRA 5000, and it asks, "Why are you so bad, Kappa?"
Why am I
So,
so bad?
so
Kappa?
D3, explain what is it that makes you so bad?
Hmm. I'm just bad. That's just it.
You're just bad. All right.
I'm just bad, dude.
There's your answer, MDRA. Thank you for the question. It felt important to ask. I think honestly there's a video that came out recently from Trev person. I think I actually saw you retweeted it earlier today
Oh yeah.
about how like all speedrunners think that all of their runs are bad and goes
Mhm.
like in depth on that mindset. I don't know about you, but I really found that like pretty interesting. Like I've always kind of had a similar kind of vibe of just like, oh yeah, the better you get, the more mistakes you see and the more time you put
Mhm.
into it. So it makes sense that you'd think that this run is bad because
Yeah.
it might be good compared to other people, but like people really don't see like how much time you're putting into something. And like I do feel like most people could probably be a little bit more optimistic.
Yeah.
It's like and overall happier. Like even though your run sucks, it's still pretty good,
Yeah.
compared to other
Something
people.
fun, of
But
course.
I wouldn't mind hearing your thoughts on just like do you ever talk down on your runs? Are you ever in that funk? Maybe the
I
why
def
are you so bad Kappa has more depth to it.
Yeah. I definitely do that. I used to do that a lot. I still kind of do that. It's just like it's actually kind of my own thing. Like it's kind of sad, but I'm very like self-deprecate about myself. Like if I just mess up a bunch of stuff, I'm just like I'm so garbage at this game or something like that. You know, I just kind of hit myself in the chest like a billion times about that, and it's bad for my mentality because it can kind of like get me depressed, and then I don't think about positive things during the stream. People see me, I'm sad. People don't watch, yada yada yada. It could be all those different things. But I think there's still a meaning to saying your run sucks. Like I was watching the video and I thought like, yeah, this makes perfect sense. Like I every time like he went over the section, I was just like, yep, actively or like correctly exhibits why people say this run sucks. Like it makes completely sense. But like since I don't do it as much anymore, like I never really think about it. Like I sometimes just laugh it off, like whatever shit happens, and just move on.
I think that's
Like,
really the best option in most
yep.
scenarios. Um, I also think like, oh, I like completely spaced.
All right.
I was gonna say something along the lines of something you said of like self-deprecation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it just in general, the internet has provided us with so much constant feedback, as well as so much constant like comparisons to other people that we
Mm-hmm.
find it hard to not be compared to other people. And like every time we do something, it's like, oh, this guy is way better than me, so I suck. And every time I ever post anything, all these other people tell me I suck, so I must be horrible. And it just kind of
Yeah.
becomes a part of being a person on the internet, is being self-deprecating. Hopefully
Yeah.
the culture in general shifts from this a little bit, but I don't think that'll be for quite a while.
Yeah. Being a personality on the internet is very difficult because there's different people that can just criticize you in multiple different ways. So you just kind of have to like either zone that out or just, I mean, mostly just zone that out because you don't want to like start drama between other people and make it worse for both of you. So
Or
I think
you
that's
do want
mostly
to
it.
start drama because that's more
Or
content.
that. That is true. It is more content.
Easy content. So the next question, this is also kind of a joke question because I it was uploaded from anonymous, and I don't understand why they asked this question. They asked D3, why don't you talk to your friends anymore? Monka S.
Okay, so there's a whole history. Like, what? This is actually pretty deep. This is deep
Okay.
lore, deep D3 lore.
That's
So,
the kind of stuff we want here on speed dates. I want the deep D3 lore.
so about like, so like when I started to take streaming pretty seriously, I started to ignore pretty much all my friends, all my like high school friends and whatnot, because and most of my online friends because I wanted to get partnership on Twitch. I wanted to work really hard. I wanted to make this dream come true, and I eventually did it. But then my friends were like kind of yelling at me because like, yo, we still want to play games with you, and I'm just like, yeah, I understand that, but this is gonna be my job, so I need to work hard. But like the other part of me wishes that I did talk to my friends more because it gets me to socialize with people, and makes me don't feel like a freaking jackass like 100% of the time. So like I kept ignoring them, throughout the whole entire time I kept like streaming every single day because I was so focused on my content and not like my friendships, which I really should have stuck to my friendships because again, talking to people is really important. If you need to talk things out, you can always do that. And I don't really like for me as a person, I'm just kind of like always by myself. Like I kind of always treat myself as like one person and not try to involve myself with people because I'm so focused on myself. I don't really want to focus on other people, even though that's a it's a good thing because it keeps people aware. You can ask, help people with problems, all that kind of stuff like that. So then I just, I keep my life to myself. I don't really like kind of talk to people as much as much as I do, much as I want to, or whatever like that. So, I kept ignoring my friends, and then, like my friends were like super mad at me, and they were like, "Yo, we're not gonna talk to you ever again if you don't or like step up and play games with us." And I was just like, I mean, I guess like whatever, dude. Like I'm just gonna keep streaming. I'm gonna keep doing my own thing, and that's just it
Damn, the
because
shade.
yeah, it's pretty rough. But like the other thing is like I like streaming is also my job. I'd also do it for my mom because when my mom passed away from cancer, I was always so like focused on like following my dreams, and that's what she told me to do. So I took that very seriously, and that's kind of the like other reason why I stream in general.
Okay. Wow. I didn't even know that. So my condolences to your mom.
Thank you.
That's just tough. Cancer's a bitch. There's a reason we have 8,000 charities towards trying to defeat cancer or slow it or help people. There's only so much you can do. So my deepest condolences on that one. Do you still have any of those friends, or are they all in Twitch chat now / in the void? They're all
one of them is around. Like he's one of my like oldest mods. He like at least like pops in, gives me a Twitch Prime, and that's it. And then he just goes, yeah.
Any primers?
Any primers chat, yeah.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah, other than that, like I don't talk to like any of my other friends because they're doing their own thing and I'm doing my own thing. So if they ever want to hit me up, like it's fine.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize how much work goes into being a content creator, as well as there are a lot of people who just want to flute. And they're just like, hey, man, let's just chill. And you're like, yo, I'm trying to be on that grind. I got shit to do. I got places to be. Yeah. But, good for you for not just being like, oh, yeah, I can take a few breaks because, you got Twitch partner within, like, the last year or so. It's pretty... You had a page. I know you have a page in your Discord that kept track of, like, the path. And it's... like a 6-month period. It goes from like 30 to partners. So I mean, good shit, man. Not everyone can do that.
Yeah, I've had affiliate for about, I would say 2 years. 2 years tops. So
nice. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
It was a big grind. The
next question we have here is from O Rangi. Probably O Rangi or something like that. He says, what is the most appealing thing to you about speedrunning? So, what draws you... I want to say just what draws you to that over other competitive aspects. Like, again, you said you came from Smash, right? That game's very competitive. There's like 5 people who are good and everyone else sucks. So, Melee, of course. Sorry, not a Smash game. So, what is it about speedrunning that you found more enjoyable, more competitive, etc.?
I really just enjoyed those like performing glitches and whatnot, breaking some parts of the game because like it kind of reminds me of, I guess you could call it like an open world game because you skip parts of the game that you're intended to do, but then you just like kind of like bounce over them, which is pretty cool. Like it always appealed to me, like say for an example, like Twilight Princess, the first dungeon, we can completely skip that in the GameCube version, and then also we can skip the second dungeon, which is pretty cool as well. So we can touch it. Yeah, we didn't even touch it. Yeah, so there's these roadblocks you just skip over, and I find it so cool that we can just do that because usually the game, has requirements, but we can skip over those requirements, which is sick.
I've always thought that was one of the more appealing things about speedruns. Especially, I've always really liked the ones that make you do some of the game. I'm not drawn to a lot of any percents because it's just like, oh yeah, we do the first temple and the last, or we just kind of, and then we're done. Cool. Yeah. But I've always enjoyed, personally, in Twilight Princess, how like we kind of skip the beginning of the game, but then we have to do a couple of temples properly. We have to do a few things like the actual way, and it's like, oh, it's kind of cool. The average person can look at this and be like, oh, hey, I've done this. Wait a sec, he's not doing this the way I did it. But we're still doing the same thing. It's just a little different.
Yeah. Like the fact is, like, you're still. The also thing about speedrunning is like you want to have enjoyment out of the game. You don't just want to be like, hey, first area, credits. There we go, dude. And you just want to play the game, you want to enjoy it. So that's like, there's also like, you could also do that, but like I feel like you don't get as much enjoyment as you do as like going through like certain areas in the game and just be like, I remember that area when I was a child. That area scared me.
See, here we are starting beef with everyone who runs short games. That's what we're talking about. If you run a game that's less than like 15 minutes, if you do the first area in the credits, we got beef with you. The next question was asked by everyone in your community. Everyone wants to know, are you a huge weeb? What's your favorite anime?
Well, okay. I guess I can give you some lore.
Just says no.
I did watch like 3 or 4 different animes, like, and then that was it. Actually, like I was just done after that. Like,
Okay.
I watched 7 Deadly Sins with a group of friends, and after that, I was done. Like after that, I was.
I thought you said it was 3 or 4, not 7 or 1.
I don't know if you count anime as like the Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, like all that kind of stuff. Like I don't really count that.
I'll give you a pass. Yeah, it's I feel like it counts as watching the anime if you like pull it up on kissanime.com or whatever, Crunchyroll, and you're watching the Yu-Gi-Oh episode 1 and through. But if you watched it on as a kid, it popped up on whatever.
4 kids.
4 kids. I actually never had 4 kids. I had to like steal that from the internet. But yeah, I feel like those aren't really anime. You could kind of argue that Naruto kind of falls under that, or like DBZ, because they were on like Toonami and stuff. But I know your whole community is like constantly asking if you're a weeb.
Yeah.
And I have no like what started this? They just like you watched a couple episodes of them, and they were like, "Oh, you watch anime? You're a weeb now." And you're like, "Whoa! I only have one body pillow. Calm down."
I don't really remember specifically. I know one of my mods brung it up. I don't know how, but it was just something like that. And then, or maybe it was like I was playing Persona 5, and then someone called me a weeb for playing that game. I was like, I'm not a weeb, dude. I just play the game. That was it.
Do you have an issue with being a weeb? Weebs are dope. Some weebs are dope. It's like same with every community. There are good and bad apples.
Yeah, so like there's good things and bad things, but I just don't like. I like to fall in that category, I'm just myself.
You just rather not. You'd rather fall into the speedrunner category, the McDonald's eating category, not the watching anime category. That's the bad one. All right, yeah. I feel you. But you would rather play Wind Waker.
No.
The most weeb of Zelda games. All right, I see you.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready, D3, for the lightning round?
Ready for the lightning round. I am.
Okay. This is the part where we're going to add in some splits. We're going to add in some actual timers. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm not going to respond so that you can just answer. The idea is to be fast. Don't like pick up your speech or anything, because that's
all right.
I'm saying like don't be like don't answer your question as fast as possible.
Yeah, just
it's like speech wise, but answer it like come up with your answer quickly.
All right, yeah. So just don't be as fast as Rap God is.
Yeah, gotcha. no Rap God, preferably. Yeah. The questions are pretty. Yeah, you probably have an answer, but we're trying to see of all of the people who come on this show who has the fastest time, who's the most ready, who goes on the most actual speed dates. These are taken from literally speed date websites and speed dating sites. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
D3, are you a morning or a night person?
Night person.
What would be your perfect date?
Perfect date would be at a restaurant with some nice pizza. And that was pretty much it.
What is your biggest fear?
Biggest fear is people hating me.
What is one thing on your bucket list?
Moving out of my house.
What is the grossest thing you've ever eaten?
Ooh, mushroom pizza.
If you could visit any place in the world, where and why?
Antarctica. Because I like the cold.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
Go-to karaoke. Friday by whatever her name is.
Rebecca Black.
Yeah, regular. Yeah.
Who would you choose to play you in a movie about your life?
Wait. Oh, wait. Can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Who would you choose to play you in a movie about you?
Oh, you Swift.
Thank you. What is your favorite guilty pleasure?
um, chocolate.
What's your favorite way to spend your time other than gaming?
Um, uh, uh, watching YouTube.
Oh, let us last. All right. Not bad. Those are your 10 questions. So if
Okay.
you want to go on a date with D3 here, those are the 10 things that match up with you. Look at this good looking man. He's even got a green screen. You could be at that pizza restaurant right now if you wanted to. What's your favorite pizza? This is just not one of the questions. Just what's your favorite pizza? What are your pizza toppings?
That's a difficult.
If you say
question,
Hawaiian, I'm ending the call.
That's a really difficult question because there's so many flavors of pizza I like. So I probably have to go with like a solid meat lovers.
Some meat lovers pizza. What's on your ideal meat lover pizza?
Sausage, beef, pepperoni, bacon. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Nice. No, you're not a chicken man.
Nah, chicken's alright, but that's like I want beef.
Okay. White sauce or red sauce? Or pink sauce?
Red sauce. Red sauce.
Red sauce. Okay. These are the important questions. This is what the people really want to know.
Yeah.
Do you have any other memes that you feel like there's some history to that you would like to let the people know about?
There's this funny thing because like whenever whenever I speedrun, whenever I think a trick is not going to work, it works. So whenever I say, "Oh, this is not gonna work," it works. I'm like, "All right, I'll take it, dude." Like I have a command for it on my stream, !work, and when I ever say this is not gonna work, it works.
All right, we take those. If you were starting over now with streaming, speedrunning, the whole thing, you're starting over from scratch. What's one thing or what's anything you want to tell yourself?
I would say try to be more talkative towards people. Like I'm a very very silent person. I don't talk to many people because I'm all about self balance, and I don't really tend to care for others as much as I should. Um, that's mostly it. Like I don't talk. I'm a very quiet person. Like if I'm ever in like a Twitch chat, I usually say hi GL and that's it. Like I don't try to I don't want to step out the boundaries because I don't want to get in trouble, yada yada yada. So I'm very self confined to my values and whatnot.
You just don't want to get the ban hammer.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's always got their eyes on you. So you kind of went into stuff earlier in the conversation about like what you're currently doing of learning new stuff. You recently had a tweet about it. What are you most excited about with your stream? Like what's like what is coming up that you're really excited about? Is it learning the new stuff? Is it actually doing the new things? Do you have any kind of content planned other than just playing the new games? Like what's coming up for you?
Well, I would say the most thing well, it's not really like a thing that's already planned, but like I just want to like kind of grow as much as possible on my channel because making streaming a full-time job is very difficult. It's one of the hardest career path you can go down. And it would mean the world to me if I got accepted into GDQ's online event with Thai Princess HD 100%, because I'm currently waiting for a big boost, and I really want to start popping off. I mean, I'm sound very gloaty right now, but I want to prove my parents that I can be successful with doing this job, because they don't believe this is not a good job. And it is true, there's some parts of streaming where like, you know, 1 month you might make over $1,000, another month you're making 500. So I just want to, you know, be able to self-sustain myself and prove my parents wrong that I can actually do this, because this is, you know, the biggest dream of my life. I've wanted to do this. I've watched so many content creators, so many YouTube channels that like I enjoyed watching, and I wanted to do this really important. I wanted to like make this my dream. I used to watch Chuck Conroy a lot. We used to watch his LPs, and I started doing LPs, and then I was like, I don't really like it, and then I saw speedrunning, and I love it so much, and I just want to continue doing it. And you know, speedrunning is the main content.
Thank you so much for coming on to my show. I really appreciate it. This again is Speed Dates, fast people, fast food, real connections. You can check out D3 on his Twitch stream, his YouTube channel. I believe you have highlights as well as PBs, almost world records. Yeah, you're gonna have tutorials coming soon. Lots of stuff, lots of content. Check him out there. Thank you so much for watching.